Hey guys, so this video is actually going to contain no gameplay. Sorry. This is actually the accumulation of all my research in graduate school from this semester into a paper. The paper is called Women and Video Games Today. In the link below, you'll actually see a link to a Dropbox. That is a link to the paper. Anyone can view it. Anyone can download it. You can't edit it, but you can download it, you can view it, you can look at it, you can read it. So each section of the paper, I'm actually going to have it up right here next to me, is about different aspects of gaming culture and how it developed that way and why it has become a very sexist environment. So the first section is just explaining why video games have become a problematic influence for women and why it's very hard to be a woman and a gamer at the same time. The next section is actually just explaining my methodology, how I went about doing this research, the theories that my research is based upon, and the theories for which I use to attempt to explain why certain aspects of video game culture are the way they are. It's also a brief overview of video game culture in general. Many of the terms you may recognize, such as trolling and esports. Other terms you won't recognize, such as performativity and the internet disinhibition effect. But there are links in the bibliography to show you guys where to find this stuff. Also, there's a short history of video games and explaining why a lot of video game developers are looking strictly through a male-oriented gaze. And it explains why this gaze may be negative towards women. Also, the whole gender police, and you have to prove your gender if you want to attempt to say you're a woman on the internet, is right here, and explains it. And it also explains the quantity of research I've gone through. 400 YouTube videos, something like thousands of gaming matches, thousands of comments on forums. Just the list goes on and on of all the stuff I combed through for this list. It then explains into esports and why esports has become such a hard place for women to compete, because you lose that aspect of invisibility, and then on top of that you get the normal trash talk, and you also get piled on it the fact you're a woman, and that just becomes an increasing amount of trash talk. Not to mention the sheer amount of spectacle people make over women, and things like G Arena pulling the League of Legends faux pas of you can only have one LGBTQ member on your team. Yeah, they tried that, and then a month later went, oh no, you can have as many as you want. We're not going to enforce this rule. We're sorry. But yeah, the stuff like that is actually happening, and a video game company turning around and changing stance is actually a rare thing. Please do remember that the list in the appendix is based on my coding method. You'll have to actually read the methodology section to see what my coding is. That is to say, how I coded video games to determine if there were sexist elements in the video game or not. This list is comprehensive in the idea that at the end of the coding, which I'm going to read to you now, exactly what my coding is. Let me actually find it in my methodology section. It's a 25-page paper, guys. It may take a little bit to read, and if you don't understand everything, that's fine. I welcome your comments. I welcome your ideas. I welcome your influences. And now I've actually got to it. So this set of coding is as follows. Characters cannot be created by players. This is to avoid player bias or creation of storylines avatars by individuals. Second, I was tasked with determining the female character's motivation. I studied any motivation that was either presented by a male character or just survival / avoiding death was in fact not a motivation that presented a strong female role. Third, how was the female character's body represented? Were all female characters in the game determined to be sexualized for the player's enjoyment? If there are multiple female characters, do they have different body types or a different gender body than what we see as a standard Hollywood film? Next, does the character have any dialogue and or cutscene interactions? Finally, is the character playable by the player or at least supportive of the player in a meaningful way without resorting to the damsel in distress tropes? I have done this analysis for the longest time. It took quite some time to do. There are there may be a typo or two, there may be some things that are hard to understand, and I understand that. I mean, this is graduate school level work. This is the kind of stuff that goes into this is the kind of stuff that goes into academic journals. And the purpose of this paper for my professor was to actually prepare something that could be submitted to an academic journal. The last section is actually a call to action. So there are actually two final sections. One of them is what I was referred to as a reflection piece. And in this piece, it's titled, "What is my dog in this fight?" This explains how I maintain objectivity, the sheer amount of data I went through, and how my research is valid. The last section is referred to as sexist problems and a resolution to not back down. And it kind of gives a call to action to you guys and explains my concluding findings. So that's it for this video. I know it wasn't terribly long. I know I talked a lot, but that's kind of what academic research results in. I'm posting this to YouTube as a public forum where you guys can read it, because I don't believe in hiding academic research behind closed doors. So even if I do get this published, it'll still be on YouTube for you guys to freely access it. It will also prevent somebody from plagiarizing me, because it's already published. I can actually go look it up publicly and say, hey, I already had this idea. Try again. In the meantime, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little short video, and I welcome your comments and your debate. So please, go read the paper. It's 25 pages. It'll take you about 30 minutes to read. I know, reading, right? It's a thing we all have to do still sometimes, and I'm asking you, I want to see what your opinions are on the research I present. So this is it for Fiaura the Tank Girl for the day. I hope you've enjoyed the Raw Tankery video today, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please press the like button. If you want to see more, click on the subscribe icon. I post a video every day for y'all to enjoy. Want to help the channel grow? Take a moment and share this on Facebook or Twitter. Want to support the channel? You can do this in two ways. One, click on an ad in this video or other videos you watch by Fiaura. There will be one coming up at the end of every video. This is how YouTube pays its creators for the clicks on those ads. The second way is directly through the patronage page. To access this, simply click on the icon of the woman standing outside the IS-4 tank. Here you can donate directly, and remember, I base my contest prizes on patronage, so it is in your power to determine the size and number of the prizes for the contests I run. Speaking of contests, check out the video description to know what contests are currently going on. I hope to see you again on my channel, and leave a comment if you have a suggestion or request for me, Fiaura the Tank Girl. Remember, I do fan platoons and live streams on Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. In the meantime, this is Fiaura the Tank Girl, and I will see you in the next video.